poor girl is shouting and selling something when a man accidentally bumps into her and her money falls. The girl calls out, "Sir, this money," but the man walks away. The girl thinks this money could help buy grandma's medicine, then says, "No, this is not mine." When she goes to return the money, a woman behind her takes her stuff and leaves. The girl knocks on a door. The door opens. The girl says, "Hello, a man in a suit just came inside." The man says, "Yes, he is my boss. I'm his assistant. Why? What's the matter?" The girl says, "Actually, his money had fallen. I came to return it." The assistant says, "Don't worry, I'll give it to him. Anything else?" The girl says, "I'll write a note too. Please give it to him." The assistant says, "Sure, go ahead." The girl writes the note and gives it. The assistant throws it away immediately. The boss asks, "Did anyone come?" The assistant says, "Yes, a beggar. She was asking for food. I gave her bread and sent her away." Boss says, "Did any parcel arrive?" Assistant says, "No, nothing valuable came. Don't worry." When the boss is leaving, he finds that note. The girl is crying and says, "Where did my stuff go? Now how will I buy grandma's medicine? It's all my fault." At that moment, the boss arrives. The girl says, "You are the same person. I gave your assistant the money." The boss says, "But I didn't get the money." The girl says, "No, sir. I gave it to him. I also wrote a note." The boss says, "I know. Now tell me, what are you doing here?" The girl says, "I sell food items. Grandma is very sick. I have never kept anything that was not mine, no matter how bad my condition is." The boss says, "Looks like your grandma raised you well." Then he makes a plan with the girl to expose the assistant. The girl goes to the assistant and says, "Here's the remaining money." The assistant says, "Get lost. You look like a thief. I'll call the police." The girl says, "Please, don't call the police." The girl leaves. The assistant puts the money in his pocket. The boss comes and says, "Did anyone come?" The assistant says, "No, someone came to the wrong address." Boss says, "Did any valuable item arrive for me?" Assistant says, "No, nothing came." Boss says, "You're working here because of my parents' request, but now it's time to speak the truth. If you've stolen something, just say it." Assistant says, "No." The girl comes and says, "Liar, why don't you tell the truth?" The assistant says, "Oh yes, I'm sorry, I kept the money, it was a mistake." Boss says, "This is not a mistake, it's betrayal. Your job is over. Come tomorrow to collect your things under my watch." Assistant says, "Please forgive me, give me one more chance." Boss says, "No, this chance is not for you." The assistant leaves. The boss says to the girl, "Your honesty is very valuable. This money is nothing. You did something great." The girl says, "Thank you." Boss says, "You've proved your upbringing is very good. Now listen, I want to build a foundation for people who really deserve help, and I want to give you its responsibility." The girl says, "I'm happy that grandma will get her medicine, and now we can help others too. Honesty always wins, no matter how hard the times are." Can you also show such honesty in your life? Tell us in the comments. If you like the video, do like, share, and subscribe.